since I don't get a chance to comment on that popularist channel when they do their shows, you know, I thought I'd, well, let's answer your question. They say, what's wrong with Forrest Fenn's poem? There's nothing wrong with his poem. It's the way people are looking at it, you know. He says, my mind stays at about 13. He's figuring things out in his head, his stuff. How am I going to express this feeling, that feeling? You use a lot of anagrams and not anagrams. This is like that and that's like that. And is a buffalo a cow? Yeah, a buffalo can be a cow, or stuff like that. You know. And he says, when my wife built our house, was she an architect? Maybe, you know. My mother was pretty smart. My mother was a machinist, and she worked on the linear accelerator. Hey, David, how you doing today over there on the other side of the pond? I'm still, my mouth. Once the gums close up, I'm sure I'll feel better then. But until then, I'm like, because I had this real sharp shard coming out. And it was just too sharp and too much distraction for my tongue. So I got out the old, took it out. And that hurts a little bit because I kind of read. Ooh. So last night I was going through the book. I was going through the book, looking for things I missed. Reading the book one more time, looking for that final clue, because I'm in the end zone. Gorman's full of shit. No, Gorman isn't full of shit. He's the only one that knows this. What the poem is all about. You know, for one. And I saw in Fenn Treasure Hunters, there was a question, about the, wasn't that video? Oh, there we go. Mira Roden asked Jason, hey, Jason, can you please post the email for where he mentions the one good clue, and he posts, and Jason had asked for us, what can I, what kind of question can I ask my people, and Forrest said, well, what's one good clue that people that people miss, and that is trove, my trove for all to seek. When you put everything in the box, there's a trove in the box. But the box is not a trove. His trove is all his collection. That's his trove, And in the poem sense of the search, the trove, I can talk like Elmer Fudd. Right, Rick? He just looks like Elmer Fudd. But his trove is his stories. The stories in his book are his trove. And his stories in his book are hidden in nature. And he wants you to find his trove hidden in nature. And if you can find my stories on the canyon walls, the ones that I have in my mind, and you can find this trove on the canyon wall, then I will give you title to the gold in my will. Because he says, as I have gone alone in there, okay? And then the word there is hiding his will. His will is hidden under there. And so if you supposedly take the the RE off the end of there and uncover the WIL, then it says the will. um, but that's where you grant title. You got 5 kids, right? Who gets the Corvette? I grant title to the Corvette to Johnny. I grant title to the Corvette to Sue, or to the Volvo to Susie. You know, I grant title to the house to Amber or whatever. You know, that's where you grant a title in your will. He's hinting at it. He says that he covets these his things, his art and things. He covets the treasure too. That is his until he dies, and it is worth the cold. He brings up Moses. Okay, who was Moses? Who played Moses? Charlton Heston. What is one of Charlton Heston's most famous quotes? From my cold, dead hands. It's worth the cold shoulder waiting for him to die and his will to be read. And that's when the title to the gold is the promissory note. He gives that to the person who found his trove in nature, and that person goes down to the bank and presents his title. I've inherited this from my friend that left this to me, and I'm here to collect, get it out of the box. He gives that person the permission. It's all in legal documents. It's all in legal documents. He's talking legal terms here in the poem. He's talking legal terms. No shit. If you're a dumbass like Toby and Shelley, well, Bill Gorman said it, so I'm going to completely ignore that possibility. Bill Gorman said that, but Toby and Shelley are playing cute little music themes for people and stuff, and, blah, 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 whatever. And most of those books he didn't read, he threw them in the trash. But he watched the movies, and he talks about substitutes. If his father could find a substitute, and I found a place in the back. He mentioned substitutes, and then he says, "I feel that my father is sitting on the edge of a cloud somewhere, watching. If he knows everything about me, he's pretty busy lighting candles, some of them at both ends. There's more than one blaze. You have to call everyone dummy." I'm sorry, I can't help if people are paranoid too. I'm only calling the people dummies that don't listen to me and ignore what I'm telling you. If you're paranoid delusional, you might assume that it's you that I'm calling the dummy. But if you look at the title of the video is similar to the title of the video that's going to be coming up at 1 o'clock by the other people, okay? So actually, I was calling them dummies. So, people, I mean, you can read more into me than you can his poem, apparently. Jesus. People want to give me shit, man. I got cancer, pernicious anemia, I got lupus, and Hashimoto's thyroid. They couldn't even find my thyroid. And people want to aggravate me and stir my temper. Is it double blazes? Yeah. Give them shit. Don't give me shit. Stop kissing their ass. And so he's talking about his father. His name is William Marvin Fenn. W.M. Fenn. I'm W.M. Gorman. Yeah. Okay, my numerology and stuff, it just says I'm the winner. He molded so many lives and made such a huge, far-reaching impact on the local society that I was sure everyone would remember him forever. And he said he doesn't care if people remembers him or whatever. His chase is over after he passes away. That's the end of his rainbow. And that's what you got to wait. The cold is waiting for that note at the end, waiting for the will to be read. Nobody is going to have stumble upon that treasure. Nobody is going to have that treasure before Forrest Fenn passes away. The promissory note is why the person who figures out his poem, like it says in the book sleeve, says in the book sleeve there, that you can go home with the chest if you figure out conceal the cache. All that will be needed are the clues, some resolve, a little imagination, and maybe a six-pack to help celebrate the thrill of breathtaking discovery. What did he say? Unlock the clues that are scattered among these pages, and you can go home with a bronze chest. This is like the Safeway Monopoly game, okay? We're playing a game. He tells you that right in the beginning. We're playing a card game, a bluff, poker, bluffs, poker face, and he said, no, he's not lying. If you can figure him out and know what his father knows about him, and you can figure out what he's up to, this is a game. Somebody does end up with a treasure. There is a treasure at the end, and the person who is confident and knows exactly what's going on will go home with a treasure. And the proxy is his trove of his stories that are on the canyon wall. The school teacher waking him up at his desk, him holding a tombstone over here, the pile of airplanes, his jet flying off right next to the double blazes in the fire hearth. Thanks, Hush. I love that peace, love, everybody loves everybody. Is like, I've been trying to see an endocrinologist through the VA. I requested that in 2017. I had an appointment for Monday. They called me Tuesday and canceled it because they can't get the VA to pay them for their other patients. No, I don't love people that screw with my life like that. You can't love people that love themselves more than you care. It's like the person at the insurance company for the VA. Hey, oh, thank you for your service. Yeah, you got a job because I was in the military, and you're not doing your job, and I'm not getting my health care. I'm a little ticked off. 100% of veterans have anxiety, and that's because of the shitty service they provide. Oh, you have anxiety, huh? Oh, they couldn't even find my thyroid when they were doing the ultrasound. Did you have your thyroid removed? Where is it? No, I never had it removed. But I can't see the doctor that's supposed to take care of it either. My oncologist said you need your thyroid medicine increase, but the VA won't increase my thyroid medicine until I have the endocrinologist say it. I luckily have enough of other sizes that I can get a combination and get that size in my system, and it brought my number down. But I still need to see the thyroid doctor because he takes care of all your glands and stuff. And I got problems with a lot of them. They let me call me said it has somatization disorder, right, in 2004. So every doctor after that, when I tell them, hey, I got this problem, or I got a headache or whatever, migraines and stuff, and Oh, it's just in your head. Yeah, no shit. you know, so they all ignored me because of a a bullshit diagnosis from 2004. So since then, they have mistreated me and neglected me and stuff. And now I have a cancer doctor that says you have blood cancer. And when I take they drain my blood, and my numbers jump right back up the next week. That proves that I have that. That's more evidence. And my numbers, I got my number. I saved all my tests going back 2004. Whatever. So I'm talking about the trip. I came on here to try to do a treasure. I was just finished dealing with all the VA BS. I have the senator's office call the endocrinologist that canceled my appointment because the VA wouldn't pay him. You know, and just handing the responsibility over to an insurance company to handle it for the VA. That's still the government. The government basically owns that insurance company. That insurance company is only in business because of the government. But there's somebody at the top of that insurance company making $5 million a year to run it. Yeah, it comes out of my VA benefits, and they're taking $100 a month out of my Social Security to pay for my VA prescriptions when there's a $700 a year cap, which means $58.33 a month is most. But they're billing me for like $90 a month, $90 a month for my prescriptions, and it should be no more than $58.33. And then they're turning in false reports to the Treasury Service to steal the money from my Social Security. Totally fraudulent. Everything they do, you know, the government doesn't know how to be fair and how to be efficient. They only know how to be dysfunctional, and screw people over. It's like 10 grand publish a book. Yeah, I don't have money for that. You know, I'd like to publish a book. So I think, get your press release and all these papers and stuff, and so I'd like, yeah, well, it costs money too. I don't have money for any of that. You know, if you don't have the money for it, you're screwed. You can't. You're stuck at the bottom of the pit. No time spent is wasted, and nothing is too small to know. So one should not let knowing a little bit be a substitute for learning more. So there's a substitute right there. And so these people, they don't want to know. If you tell them that, hey, his will is in the poem twice. It's in the top half and the bottom half, and this is an as above, so below, and hidden in the beginning, but revealed at the end. In the last stanza, the word will is in there. It will be worth the cold. The will, it'll be worth the cold to wait for his will. That changed so much, but only for the sake of new adventures. Okay. So I made some notes. And his ode to Peggy Jean. What ancient secrets does he know? Why am I here and cannot go? Now, didn't he say, why is it I must go? So why is it I must go and leave my, and right there in that poem, Ode to Peggy Jean, he brings up, why is it here and cannot go? So they pull my teeth out of my sinuses, and it makes my sinuses run. So tell me now why I must stay. Okay, why I must stay. And all, you know, today I looked up in the sky and I saw my shadow floating by. It seemed so strange, I wondered why. And now it's gone, but where am I? That was his spirit floating off, I guess. And then he says down here, today I looked up in the sky and saw that I shall never die. He's here forever and he's immortal. He's laughing too. The final beer. Um, uh, I buried those bells about 3 feet deep so a metal detector can't find them. Some may be on land owned by the American people and intended to by the Bureau. So he says all them bells are on BLM. Um, Never be willing to stand idly by and be part of a forgotten history when I may be able to impact future events. What did I found? I call this remnants of Atlantis. They got mammoths in there, and mammoths were here before until the Great Flood. So, and he wants these ruins I found to be made. Hey, look at what's here. You know, he can't sit by and let it go ignored. And I'm trying to get it out there. I've talked to the archaeologists at the Forest Service, and I got a friend who said, I have a friend who's a geologist for the BLM. And I said, well, have them give me a call. I got something to show them. And it's right in their district where they work. But no, they don't. Never hear from them. So you lie about the 200-foot searcher then? You could, people going down the highway come within 200 feet, okay? They came within 200 feet. It doesn't mean they got something, got out of the car even. You know? It could be that. And he says he's heard of dirt and paved and dirt roads, many dirt roads. People aren't looking at the poem in any. It's abstract. The blaze, your effort will. There'll be no paddle up your creek. The word will is hidden under there. His will is hidden in there. Nobody gets it. Nobody gets it. Bill Gorman doesn't know what he's talking about. No, the people that say that have their head up their butt is their only problem. So that's directed to people who poo-poo what I say. I mean, to just go and blatantly ignore somebody because you don't like their personality doesn't make you right. It doesn't make me wrong. And then he says, this is page 130, 131. One of the prizes in my collection. Okay, he mentions prize. The treasure is the prize for finding the trove. Just forget I told you that. And imagine Toby told you that. Oh my God! Yeah, you know? And I seen somebody else did a video. And it's like, man, I did a video. It's the exact same thing 3 weeks ago. But, you know, well, it didn't come from Bill Gorman, so we can believe this person. I think I know who the 200-foot searcher is. And his name is nobody from Chase Chat. No, the 200-foot searcher is probably Doug Preston. 22 turquoise beads set side by side in a row. The 22 beads, maybe there's 22 of his memories in the canyon walls. I don't know. I did a little cartoon with I replaced the beads with the images off the canyon walls that relate to his stories. But Bill Gorman's an idiot, so don't believe anything Bill Gorman tells you. Okay? the truth is, probably about 60% of the people, George Carlin says, just imagine how dumb somebody with average intelligence is, and realize that half the people out there are dumber than that. um, oh, and then he says, okay, run down here. I held the 2,000-year-old piece of jewelry one last time and could almost feel its ancient power, its supremacy. You don't know the ancient powers I've had. I'm looking for time portals and stargates and things like that. And you're looking for a bronze box that he has stored away in a safe. It's a secret. He secreted the chest in a legal document. Ancient powers of supremacy. Before I finally lowered it into the chest and closed the lid. A little of me also inside the box. There must be a few Indiana Jones types out there, like me, ready to throw a bedroll in the pickup and start searching. So that right there, he's looking for an Indiana Jones, somebody who's going to go find the Temple of Doom. Duh! Not just the chest. The treasure is the prize. The winner gets it. Oh. I think he's even mentioned winner. I'm gonna keep track because I'm gonna stop before the idiots come on. You know, they still have me blocked, so I can call them names. I can insult them, whatever. They're always joking about sex, and Toby just got out of the shower. Shelly's there, and he's in the shower. Where's your husband, Shelly? Does he know Toby's in the shower while you're in his place? What's going on there? Oh. So I decided to fill a treasure chest with gold and jewels and then secret it in a legal document. So did he lie about the 200-foot searcher? He told you he's going to lie 15% of the time. He's not going to tell the truth all the time. Searcher leaving clues on how to find it for any searcher willing to try. It was a perfect match of mind and moment. He's being clever. He's got cards. We're playing that game of poker, and he's got cards hidden up his sleeve. He's got some cards he's not revealing. You got to figure out what he's about and know what his father knows. And he's... my God. I wish I could have lived to do the things I was attributed to. He's attributed to hiding a treasure chest in the forest. He didn't really... It's hidden in a bank vault. I had posted... here's what bank safe deposit box costs and stuff. Mainly to show that there are safe deposits boxes big enough to hold the treasure chest. And when you get the title or the promissory note, then you can go collect it. Yep, Whoopi knows. But the bottle it came in was so small, there was almost no room for the drink inside. Okay, so as maybe the safe deposit box was barely big enough to hold the chest in it. Maybe he found a 10 by 12, 10 by 12 by 6, you know. He formulated a plan that would end my promising career. He went around to all the gas stations that sold soda pops and gathered up hundreds of caps, maybe even thousands. I think of those caps as bananas. Yeah, I mean, Maybe it's Shiloh, or maybe it's his granddaughter. We don't know. Um, but if somebody went from point A, somebody said I was here and I went here, he knows they went past here, there. He went past there where the trade, where the or they went past all the stuff. Some of the stuff's 200 feet, some's 500 feet. It's various distances from the road. There's not nobody from chasing. Not no, because they're clueless. They're all. There ain't nobody has the same solution I do. There's only one person clever enough to figure it out. Okay, I'm gonna go back to besides Tea with Olga because I read the end and I read the beginning and made some new. That asterisk is important. To reach my 80 years, and not all of them paved with smiles and accolades. Roads I've traveled. Varied are the many roads I've traveled to reach my 80 years, and not all are paved with smiles and accolades. Yeah, I can't really smile. Somebody told me, I said something, they said, bite your tongue. I can't. Well, maybe in July I can, but I can't right now. This is SN, nobody, it's dummies, and you're still sat there without the chest. Hey, Biggish, you check out the word ignorant, okay? It means you don't listen. You can't comprehend, okay? You can't comprehend. You're not comprehending what I'm telling you. It's in his will. Okay? Nobody is going to have the chest while Forrest Fenn is still walking on planet Earth. Nobody. There should be a bet. There should be a wait. What are the wagers? Those people in Vegas. You want to. Those casinos will. They could. They wager on who's going to win the election and shit. You can bet on who's going to win the election. So, I suggest to our friends there in Vegas, Mike and Chris, go ask them, hey, man, can we set up some wagering on Forrest Fenn's treasure? The top searcher, will it be found before he passes away or after he passes away? That type of thing. And they'll set up wagering and people can bet on it, okay? But if you set something up like that, make sure that the person they're betting on gets a piece of that pie. Like say if people are betting on me to find it or against me to find it, so in other words, if I end up with the treasure, then those who bet it against me lose their money. And so then that person who actually found it should get a piece of that pie, even if it's cracked. Why is it so? Important literature. Breathtaking nonsense at the expense of my time and patience. He's talking about, okay, I'm an old guy. I don't have a lot of time to waste. I got a lot of things to do. That's like, I got a lot of things, I don't have time to waste with doctors and stuff. Making appointments, canceling appointments, fighting to get appointments, and all that bullshit. I call the VA. Well, don't say well. That's an excuse. I don't want any excuses. I want action. Finally, I tossed those beauties in the trash basket under my desk. He's talking about the books because he didn't read them. He read part of them. So, And then he talks about, he's talking about Eric Sloan, not Eric Sloan, the guy who wrote Catcher in the Rye. And Diane Sawyer mentioned that he'd written a lot of books and had hidden some in a vault so no one could read them. He seemed like my kind of guy. Okay. He put it in a vault so nobody could find it. And he put out all these clues. And it only says in the front of on the dust cover of the book that if you figure this out, you get the treasure. You know, he doesn't say you have to find, nowhere does it say you have to find the treasure. My trove for all to seek. But he doesn't call the treasure the trove, or my trove. But what is it? Ask him what his trove is, he'll tell you it's everything he owns. Nobody from Chase Chat there. I didn't know. I didn't know. If you want the chest, go there and you'll find it. The only way you can go straight to it is with the title in the promise, which is the promissory note that tells you where to go pick it up. That's the only way anybody can go straight to it, is with directions from Forrest. Without his instructions of where to go pick it up, nobody on the planet is going to go straight to it. Oh. What time it is? Oh. Yeah, it is about that time. Where'd it go? There it is. Oh. Oh. When I handed him the book and my credit card, he said in a loud voice, "Catcher in the Rye, Catcher in the Rye, that idiot." So now everyone in the whole store started staring at me and not at him. Yeah, the person that said it, you know, the guy in the store is like the gypsies. They'll call you something and it's like, hey. And that thing with Obie and Shelley, the whole thing started because of I said, I gotta have my hands for this. I said the gypsies lack imagination. And you can see why I got to take some pills. I'm getting checked out for that too. How would anyone imagine a coincidence like that could happen? What's he talking about? The more I thought about that Manhattan lot and thrown Copperfield kind of crap. As he's a magician, the truth I thought was a great way to start a book. The truth I thought was is magic. It's hidden. It's hidden. It's right there in front of you. No, it's an illusion. He's an illusionist. He's got you people with the illusion that there is actually a treasure to be found out there. But the treasure is the prize. He's seen a sister like mine. He even had a sister like mine. He's talking about, I think he's still talking about Copperfield. Oh, that was my speaker. I'm not broadcasting to it. I guess my phone turned it off. It's plugged in, should be fully charged all the time. Catcher in the Rye, had some in a vault. To the caliph, I am dirt, but to the dirt, I am a caliph. It's it's like the caliph is part of the caliph, the leader of the Muslim empire or whatever. Uh, but who would you like it? How would you like it if someone said to you you were dirt? Life is unfair, and people are always doing those things. Yes, I'm well aware of that, Forrest. I'm well aware of that. A lot of the people you've attracted to the chase do the same, do exactly that to me. And once they've done that to me, I'm free to throw all the poop at them I want. you know, you call me dirt? That double blazes. Okay, I don't have any new notes here. Oh, right here. I wasn't very bright. That also means wise. Okay? So when he uses the word wise in the poem, you might think bright. If you've been bright, same type of thing. I did go into this one, made some new marks. Okay. Oh, where am I going to start reading this? The snickers around the class did little to belay her anguish, and just for a faint moment, my growing awareness compared the look on her face to a can opener, and I see in Good Housekeeping magazine. That reminds me of my doctor, my orthopedic doctor's assistant. She gave me that can opener face when I go in there. Like, look at my mouth. I need some. Can I just get some? I need some more pain because this is killing me. It took me a month to go through that 1 week supply. Oh, you're a drug abuser. We can't give you anything. And it just double blazes, bitch. I don't say that to her. That's what I was thinking. So, and I was ahead for now, but I remembered that I heard once on Amos and Andy radio show, "Don't make the alligator mad until you cross the river." All the bravery was in my talk. I knew that sooner or later I was going to get mine. Fortunately, the bell rang at that time, and I was out of there like a cannonball on fire. We went out of there like a blaze. Um, Dun, 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 dun. Now, secretly, I love that old lady Ford, and I say old because she had to be at least 40. I know some searchers about 40. Old searchers. Hey, I hope you're having a good weekend. Hey, Dev, how you doing? and now I secretly love that because she had to be at least 40. She was barely pretty, but hadn't yet gone to seed. I suspected that she had a lot of woman left in her. Her problem was she kept trying to teach me Spanish by talking Spanish all the time. I never figured out that technique. Besides, other important things were building up in my mind. I had so many thoughts, I could hardly keep them in my mouth. Let me tell you. Yeah, if you say something disparaging or something, um, that might be why. I don't know why he did, but I gave him that. He can do that. Oh, this is Oh yeah, well, you're retracting your messages. You got to stop. I don't like. I go. Oh, I can't read it anymore. I don't know what the hell they said, and that's kind of like. Yeah. Don't retract your messages. Don't say something that you need to retract. There's nothing you need to retract. No, nobody cares to watch my channel and see what people say. Praying thanks to Thor because he was holding my hand. Yeah, it isn't necessary. I was hoping that you had control where if they retract a message, timeout, automatic. I prayed for D's. Okay, he prayed for D's. Where did I find the Buffalo Cowboys car? In the D. Was he braving in the woods? To be brave, he had to be brave to hop in that old Ford with his brother and his friend, his buddy, and his brother, and lasso a buffalo and go for a ride. That's brave and in the wood and walk home in the cold. It's worth the cold. So there are multiple layers to his treasure. Yeah. Yeah, don't you hate that, Jason, when you come on and, oh, I didn't even see what they said. They retract, because I'm here talking and stuff, and people retract, and when I go to read them, it's like, oh, well, what the hell they say? Did they call me a foul name or what? I don't know. So, um, cow. If I could find a good-looking rock, and really the only other place I found the word "find" in a couple other places, but it was when he talked about find, Peggy's a find, he treasures her, and that's not so. If Peggy's a treasure, are you looking for Peggy out in the woods? Yeah, my wind chime is actually inside. And it's 21-mile-an-hour wind outside. So I got the door open, latched open, and I got the window here so the air comes through. And I got it open. I can look out the roof and see my wind generator. And I'm just letting it. I'm running about 10 amps of solar and wind right now. The moving finger writes, double blazes, oh. And having wit moves on, nor all your pity or nor wit shall lure it back to cancel half a line. Right there. Ha ha. He's talking about retracting comments. Nor all your tears watch out a word of it. Like for those who today prepare and those after rise fools, your reward is neither here nor there. Strange, your reward is neither here nor there. Fools, your reward is neither here nor there. And one thing, Toby says there's no clues in the drawings. That Forrest Fenn would say, Toby, you don't know what the fuck you're talking about. Strange is not that the mirage who before us passed the door of darkness through, not one returns to tell us of the road which to discover we must travel to. I've told people the road. If you know where my home of Brown is, go back and watch my videos for that. Oh, I need that Tylenol to take effect. My head is hurting. And you know what? They come on in another 20 minutes. and I've been on for 49 minutes, and my mouth is hurting me, and my head hurts, and I'm about done. Um, yeah, don't retract messages. You know, one thing the person doing the video is trying to convey an idea across, and and don't it's like talking over your mother or your father. It's an interrupt. The message is kind of an interruption. I'll get to them eventually, but I'm you know I don't get to them as soon as they pop up on the screen. I don't talk. You shouldn't talk over people. That's what that is. Put the message on there. I'll get back and read them. I've pretty much kept up with them. I don't know about. Yeah. Well, I'm braving on the tube with my mouth like it is. I mean that takes a lot of balls, and that's one thing a lot of searchers don't have is balls. You could say half the searchers don't have balls. Yeah. Oh, point vlog, kitty cat person. You do a kitty cat, Togo? Huh? Are you a kitty cat? You want a cookie? I'll give you a cookie when I'm done. You guys eat the cookies because I can't, and they won't be fresh anymore when I get my teeth. Yeah. Um, wait till you're 60. Yeah. Yeah, mine are under attack by my immune system. That's why they took away my testosterone and I gained 40 pounds. And it has to die. Oh, we don't give it to anybody. A woman telling me I can't have my male hormone. That's just got, so I have to go see an endocrinologist, but they keep canceling the appointments they make. And it drives me up the wall. It pisses me off. Why was my appointment canceled? But I had my U.S. Senator call the doctor's office that canceled my appointment because the VA wasn't paying them. And so they can make a complaint. That's the only way I get to see a doctor was calling the senator. The VA wanted to throw me out the door, step on me, and treat me like crap when I have so many health problems. That's part of it. Oh, you costing us some money. Oh shit! I joined the military partly so that I'd have this in my later life. You shouldn't treat volunteers like shit. um, okay, my mouth. I don't know if I'm even gonna go lay down for a bit. Maybe I'll watch the idiots from there. The Dummies. The title of the video, Dummies, and it's the title of the video is modeled after the title of their upcoming video. They say, "What's wrong with Forrest Fenn's poem?" And I say, "There's nothing wrong with Forrest Fenn's poem. It's perfect. He made it for that Indiana Jones type guy like him that can understand the abstracts of the poem." Yeah, it'll take a while. I can't, I'm still waiting for medications and stuff and my primary care called me, or their nurse, or the assistant called me, and doctor wants to see you about your labs. And it's like, okay, well, she had the other labs the last week and a half ago when they called me in, or it was the last week. I have 6 appointments last week, and I've had 4 this week so far. And so I know the only lab that would have come in would have been from the oxygen um, from Lincare. They gave me an oxygen sensor and I wore it, and so the doctor has that report, and so I'm going to be on some kind of breathing machine at night. The VA is going to pay for it. I should have had it years ago. And Monday I got to go talk to the service officer and file my claim and stuff for neglect. And uh, actually, they made a clinical um, a, a practitioner made a clinical psychological diagnosis when my lab tests say that that's bullshit. And they've been so every doctor since 2004 has treated me as if it's in my mind. It's not. Wait, stop using it. Um, oh, really? Yeah, it might be not. Yeah, So I'm tired all day because I'm not breathing at night. My brain stops me breathing. That's another reason I'm going to neurologist. So it's really it's funny. You want to go see Doctor X? Oh, I already see Doctor X. Oh no, that's his wife. No, you got. Oh, okay. So it's funny. Yeah, I already see him. But it's too bad my oncologist can't manage my thyroid. That's why I need an endocrinologist. And when I was a kid, you had one doctor for everything. You didn't have specialists. The doctors knew everything. And now you got a bunch of millennial doctors that only know this much. When my doctor in 1976 knew everything. He's the same doctor, had the same doctor delivered me till I was like 18, and when he died. No nutrition is straight enough. Yeah, nutrition. I have Synthroid, and I take 300 micrograms a day, and really, what they need to test my other hormones too. Like they test the T4, they need, but if my thyroid's about gone, they got to test the T3 too, and so I might need more than Synthroid. I don't know. But that's why I got to see the specialist. That's where my head is hurting right there, because of these teeth right here. Okay, goodbye. Point crap medicine. It must be uncomfortable with that. Yeah, I don't know if I need an antibiotic or what. The pain pills aren't enough. Well, I'm out of pain pills. I'm taking Tylenol. I got a couple of Advil, and do you see my nose? It's like a drip. And yeah, I got a couple of Advil, and oh my God, it's Lucy in the Sky with Diamonds too. Okay. Yeah, when I'm feeling better, I'm saving Lucy for when I'm feeling better, and I got one for looking at my pictures on the computer, another one for going up and looking at the rocks in person. All right, have a good one. Thanks for watching. The Dummies are the gypsies, and some of the other channels that can't understand that this thing it's to solve the poem. Find his stories on the canyon walls. and then in his will, okay, I'm done with it. You can take it from my cold dead hands, like Charlton Heston. You're not going to get it from. You're not going to have the treasure while Forrest Fenn is still alive. It's not actually out there. It's the trove you seek. It's not the treasure. My trove for all to seek, hinting of treasures, old and new. His treasure is new. The treasures that are out there in nature are 13,000 years or more old. Okay, yeah, you believe that. You know, if you want to, is that what part of the 15% you're talking about there, Joe? Have a good day. 15% of it's bullshit, misleading. So, but that's why he doesn't say my treasure for all to seek. It's my trove. And a trove is not a single item. A trove is a collection. Adios.